Hello, and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today, I'm not unboxing something new or innovative. I'm unboxing something that's one of my favourite little pieces in its price. Something robust, something easy to use, and it's a CD player. The Yamaha S300. This junior entry-level CD player it's got build quality that you would expect from something much more expensive. It's got playback and articulation to its sound that is really, well, I mean, it's something we expect from something much more expensive. And this budget entry-level CD player delivers it in spades. So, let's have a look. Yamaha. Most of its boxing is like this. It's brown, it's pretty boring really, but this is all that it needs from a product of this sort of style and price. It's not a very big box because what's inside isn't very big either. It's got a model and serial number information on all sides and a little bit of information on the top relating to compliance. As we'll see later, it will actually allow the connection of an iPod and phone and things as well, so we'll see that once we get inside. The product's relatively light and it has serial number information on just one end. Opening it's very straightforward. It's factory sealed with that sort of paper tape. So unlike packing tape, we're going to need to carefully slice across it, making sure that the craft knife doesn't end up too deep. It's reinforced with some staples, so you'll see I sort of need to give it a bit of a yank. Anything that is packed with staples, it's very important you spend just a few seconds removing the staples themselves. These things are sharp, and there is nothing worse than taking that brand new product out of a box only to scratch it with the sharp edge of this, leaving it permanently marked. This one's sealed with two staples, so again I'm going to be careful to remove that and get rid of it. Having a look or drilling down into that box for the first time, you'll see it's very well appointed as far as both accessories and packaging to ensure that it reaches you in one piece. It's got a couple of very basic interconnects that are sellotaped in place onto the polystyrene. They're fit for purpose, yes, but they're certainly no good. This player is excellent, and if you were to replace that with a better set from any number of different good interconnecting brands, the results will be significantly better. Nevertheless, you get a freebie in the box. Further in the packaging, we've got a couple of AA batteries. That's clearly for the remote control, which we grab next. This remote is in its own clear plastic bag, sealed with a little bit of sellotape. A simple nick allows us to open that bag and have a look at the remote control. It's made of plastic and it's covered with a protective sort of film to ensure that once you take it home and remove that, you end up with something that's basically brand new. Look, the remote itself is designed to look metallic, but it is fully plastic. The tray at the back opens up nice and easy for the for the batteries. It's really nice and easy. It's simple. It's all that it needs to be. The polystyrene packaging is sizable and ensures that the product is going to be well protected in freight. All the way here in Christchurch, you understand it's come thousands and thousands of miles, and so it's good to see some decent polystyrene or some other packaging to ensure it gets to us in one piece. Looking at it again, you'll see a user manual. This is a complete user manual. That's all it needs to be, and a warranty card as well from Yamaha. And further in is a New Zealand figure 8 power cable. The product itself, really easy to lift out and nicely discarded that box. The unit is protected by this sort of bubble paper. It's smooth on one side and soft on the inside, ensuring that once wrapped this product is not going to get scratched or anything like that. It's well wrapped, and when we see this product, there's another layer of protection on the tray. Look at this. We'll have a look at the front. So the front tray, the CD slot, is taped closed with a couple of pieces of tape. It's good to see that this tape actually comes off very cleanly, and apart from my fingernail marks, leave no trace at all. There's even a piece of this foam paper to ensure that any tray chatter in transit isn't going to scratch or damage the piece at all. Now looking at this for the first time, it's very straightforward. It is a basic single disc CD player, but again it's its build quality and its sound quality that is so surprising, particularly for its price. It's got a main power switch over to one side. Now this is a physical switch. This is an on and an off state. beside it is an input for both USB and an iPod. I don't think it's geared up for an iPad, but look, plug it in, see, you've got nothing to lose. Certainly it'll play any number of different USB sources. The button beside it is simple selection between USB and CD input, and beside it again is the Pure Direct button. The Pure Direct shuts down stuff you don't need inside this, and I guess removes a little bit of the noise associated with power and the display and other things along those lines. That feature is normally seen on a number of higher end pieces, so it's great to see it at this budget end. In the middle is obviously the CD slot, and hang around for some photographs. I'll make sure that I take some of this both open and closed so you see. It's a nice solid tray. It's as good as it needs to be, and surprisingly well built for its price. It's a great little display. There's a couple of lines of dot matrix display, and it's easy to illuminate, nice and easy to use. It's bright enough to see, but it's not going to overpower you if you're watching from the other side of the room. It's an open and close button, obviously, and then you've got your skip forward and back. Pushing and holding that, by the way, puts it into a fast forward mode or a rewind. You've got play, pause and stop as you would expect from a CD player. Any of the other functions, including repeat and direct track access, are on the remote control, so it's keeping the front fascia nice and simple. Speaking of that front fascia, it's well built. It's an extruded steel, I would assume aluminium, and it's very, very well made. It's got a great feel to it. It doesn't feel plasticky and cheap, despite this very, very cheap price. It's not very deep, doesn't need to be. It's not deep enough for the tray and the CD slot. Looking at the back, this is one of the surprising things that most people will discover. If we look at this side for the first, which is the boring side really, we've got the figure 8 power lead. Obviously nice and easy, plug it in and away you go. Got some basic model information, serial number information, and some other things, and a warning about its fact that it's got a laser on board. Over here though is the traditional RCA or unbalanced outputs. These are gold plated. Again, to corrosion resistant, again it's a sign of quality, and it's great to see a budget CD player has this. Beneath it, and quite unusual, is it has both coaxial and optical digital output. This allows this player to perhaps be utilised as just a CD transport, or go into a much better DAC if required. It'll allow for dual outputs, an analog into a stereo system and a digital into something else like an AV receiver. And that kind of flexibility is excellent, and it's great to see at its price. It also means you could electrically isolate this product via the optical or use the coax for performance. Again, very, very straightforward model. It's nothing flash, but at its price it's a stunner. This S300 single disc CD player from Yamaha, unboxed here at the Listening Post, Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.